Hello, everyone. Getting on for another quick session. I forgot that I was going to do this. I wanted to thank the people that that follow me, that email me, that message me on Instagram, that message me on Facebook. I want to take the time to thank you for letting me personally know how I have affected your life financially. I've affected your view on how to look at your finances and change your life, man. That I want you to understand how important that is, how an incredible feeling it is for somebody, and this is how I look at it, for somebody to stop whatever they're doing in the middle of their day, in the middle of their financial frustration, and write me and tell me how I have affected them and their lives, telling me to keep going. Because I got to tell you, sometimes being such a rare thing of debt, being bombarded, like 85% of Americans are in debt, being constantly bombarded with debt talk, right? All my life, I know how rare it is to be able to come out of this and be 100% debt free. I know how rare it is to go against everything that a person has been taught in finances all their life, and then somebody come out the blue and show people in a way that is so simple to understand, grade school math, and just make it click. That's how it was for me. Once I was shown that, Linnell, and this is how it is, apply fifth grade math to your finances and you'll be rich. You'll be wealthy. You'll be financially free. Let me not say rich. Let me just say financially free. When you guys email me and tell me that, text me out the blue, tell me, I had somebody tell me just the other day, hey man, I was up at 1 a.m. watching your videos. In the comments of my videos, I'm glad I came across your channel. Thank you. Keep going. You deserve 100,000 subscribers. You deserve 50,000 subscribers, man. All that means the world to me, man. And had I not done this myself to experience this type of freedom that I'm sharing with you guys, I would have never have known that. I didn't know I was going to be here making videos. I didn't know. I just remember one day I remember specifically, I was inside my finance Lexus making six figures. And one day something just came to me and was like, something's not right. Something doesn't make sense to me. Something is, and it just said, I didn't say become debt free. I'm just saying what I was thinking in the process. And then I just did it. And now I'm on the other side sharing. And I love making it so simple, because if somebody had come across me when I was in debt and just made it so simple for me, it would have just clicked, because the math would have added up. I would have been like, what? Everybody around me doesn't agree. Everybody's saying invest and do this. And when you're in debt, and when I was in debt, things sound so complicated. You're just so confused. You see me right now, right? You see me telling you this stuff in a tank top. That's just because of where I live. It's always hot where I live. I live in South Carolina, all right, where it's always hot. Today was 80 something degrees. And I do this to show you, to tell you guys, it doesn't matter how I'm dressed. You don't fall for that facade, dress, clothes, Mercedes in the background, house, all that. It really doesn't mean anything, especially if you don't know anything about money. I do this so you guys can understand. Don't worry about how I'm dressed. Only listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Only think about the math that I'm using, the fifth grade math at that, the math they taught us in grade school. My teacher, Miss Klingensmith, still remember the day. I still remember her name. You know why? Because I was good at what I did. I used to get gold stars by my name, winning at the math and money games. I remember that. I get out of grade school, I got bombarded with debt talk, debt people in the debt matrix, everybody that believes in credit and debt. I had also, I wanted to share with you guys too. This guy sends me a meme, right, of some financial guy, some financial person on Instagram, and it goes like this. It went just like this. Hey, 200,000, pay off $200,000 in debt, or invest 200,000 or invest $200,000. And then at the bottom it says, oh, it sounds like that's your mind tricking you if you believe paying off $200,000 in debt, because $200,000 invested in whatever will give you 40 million in 30 years or something like that, right? Now, the average person in debt will see this person, and I don't know the person. I'm not talking about the person. That's why I'm not saying the person's name, because I don't really want to get in all that, because it's nothing to do with feelings and conflict. It's just math. So I'm not arguing with the person that just doesn't know math. It just doesn't make any sense, right? So in the bottom of this meme, it goes, yeah, your mind is confusing you if you believe it sounds good to pay off $200,000 in debt when you can invest and make $40 million over 30 years, right? And this guy he's dressed nice, got a proper Instagram name. I get why people gravitate to him, and because they look at him and say, oh, he must know what he's talking about. Look what he's talking about. He's saying all these fancy words and invest in the right portfolios. I get it. I get it. But this is all you got to do. You don't even need to know about money. This is all you have to do. Listen closely to what I'm saying. If a person is $200,000 in debt, that means they're $200,000 below zero, under zero. It's mathematically impossible to invest in everything, in anything, with negative dollars. You have no money. If you're $200,000 in debt, it's impossible. So if a person, they don't have $200,000 to invest in anything outside of themselves. That's mathematically impossible. Math is law when it comes to money. It's law. You can't, negative dollars doesn't grow in interest. Negative dollars doesn't gain interest. Can you walk up to an investor and say, hey man, I want to invest some money? They're going to turn to you and say, okay, how much money you want to invest? What you going to do? Turn to them and say, yeah, I got negative $200,000. They're going to look at you like you're nuts. What do you mean you got negative $200,000? You mean in the hole? Yeah, I want to invest it. That's what you're saying when you hear people say memes like that. That doesn't make any sense. You don't have to worry about, all you need to know is basics. So if somebody that has a finance degree and speaks like this on their Instagram and their Facebook, all you got to do is say that to yourself. How come, say this to yourself. How come that person doesn't know the basics? Don't blame them because they're trapped in the debt matrix. Okay, they don't know they're trapped in. You remember the movie? The people in the matrix, they don't know they're in the matrix. That's the debt matrix. This is for real. These are the people that hear me. They reach out and they understand what I'm saying. I am doubling up today, man. I came on Ill Willis. I just want to thank people like you. I want to thank the other people that email me. Remember when, hey, Ill Willis, remember when you said, I don't really ask too many questions on here because I'm embarrassed of the decisions I've made financially? Those people, there's millions of people. You don't realize by you saying that, that's part of the process of changing that, right? Because all you got to do is Google student loan debt, car loan debt, credit card debt. You're not alone. This is open information. I want to thank the people that reach out to me. And again, when you told me that the other day, man, your email came right at the right time, because I was feeling down, man. I do. Sometimes I feel down because I see all the other people on YouTube got millions, got thousands of subscribers and millions of views, thousands of views. I'd be like, dang, man, how come it's not? Because I'm telling you guys the truth. All right. I'm making it easy. Hey, you know what? You change the way you look at that, Ill Willis. Change the way you're looking at it. Look what you said. I saved you from another mistake. Had you not been watching and paying attention to what I'm saying, you probably would have made that mistake, but you stopped it. See what I'm saying? That's money in your pocket. Think about, do this. This is the better way to look at it. Follow through with that mistake mentally. Add up all the numbers. Add up all the numbers that all the money that you would have lost had you went through, whatever that is. It really doesn't matter. Whatever it is, You just saved yourself that amount of money that was going to come out of your pocket. You just saved yourself. That's called phantom income. Okay. If you stopped yourself from something that the majority of the United States, of the 85% of people in debt that do it, you just saved yourself from that money, from spending that money. That's what you did. That's part of the process. You saying it, and I want you to notice that with you saying it out loud, even on this chat room, that's part of the process. You're not alone. People just don't talk about it. Thank you. You helped me. I want you to know, you helped me with your email. You sparked me right back up. I was like, okay, cool, it's working. That's all I needed to know. One person. I don't need 50 million people to tell me. I just need one. But it's becoming more and more. Text messages, emails, they just come to me out the blue. Boom. Hey man, I'm glad I found your channel. Thank God I came across your channel. Thank you. That's all I need. I want to help people feel this freedom. And I'm coming on to thank you. I want to give you guys, also I want to give you guys an idea of what it's like to be here. Okay? What it's like to be financially free. I wake up daily. Sometimes, unless I have a scheduled something with a client, I don't really know what I'm going to do that day until I decide to do it when I wake up. Whenever I feel like waking up, I have more time to take care of myself health-wise. I have another channel on Facebook called Food Ain't My Daddy. All right, go look on Facebook. You guys can see what I do. I don't really talk about that too much. That was my first thing when I came out, but I have the best of both worlds. I have time to learn to eat better now. I have the time to do it. I have the time to take care of myself and the freedom of not needing a job. You know, a job is only strictly to make money so you can do whatever it is you want to do. But outside of that, I don't look at jobs the way I used to look at them. Thank you, you guys. You guys keep me going. When I get down, I'm telling you, it's happening more and more too. Every time I'll get down every now and then, I'll get an email or a text. Hey man, keep it up. I know you ain't got many followers, man, but I'm sharing as with many people as I can, but I get it. I get it. When you guys share with other people, this is an important part too. For those of you that share my knowledge, share my videos, share my YouTube channel with other people, and you get that crazy look, what are you talking about? That dude, hey, that's okay. Hey, even the people, give my information to the people that you know is gonna not like it, or they're not gonna like it. They're gonna conflict with me, think I'm crazy. Send them my way, please, please, because everything I'm saying can be verified with math. They're gonna have to agree with me. You hear what I'm saying? Whatever I'm saying, they're gonna be forced to agree with me. You're probably thinking, how is that? Because my math is gonna be right. Now, if somebody came on and call it a challenge, it's not really a challenge, and that's not bragging. I just wanted you guys to see something. If somebody came onto my channel and threw up some numbers in the chat room and it's like, hey, but what if I invested that and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And then I'm going to run the math. And I want you guys to follow and open up your calculator apps and follow along. If all you guys' results math equals the same as my math, theirs is gonna have to equal the same. So if they jump on and say, I don't agree, this person will be exposed, because if all of our math matches on all our calculator apps on our phones and his doesn't, he or she is gonna obviously be wrong. And then they have to say it out loud. If they say it out loud, you'll know not to trust that person ever again. They will be exposed. Do you understand? It's like chemical dependent. They're going to have to say, I need help first, everyone. Exactly. That's the first step. Just like, think about it this, Will, let's check it out. If you were saying right now out loud, hey man, I was about to make a mistake. Hey, I don't really want to expose the mistakes I made. Can you imagine how they feel? They're going to really have to say it. Not even to me. You have to say it to yourself first. You have to accept. They don't understand that that's step one. You have to admit all these, because I had to do that myself. Let me take it back to me, okay, so you can get it. I had to admit, the college educated, smart computer engineer guru, that I've been doing it wrong for years. I had to say that to myself. Oh yeah, I got good grades in college and all that, all that. But I had to admit, damn, I went to college for 4, but paid on college for 10. I had to admit that to myself. Linnell, you messed up. And I used a different word. I said it with the F word because I wanted myself in the mirror to look at myself and know that I said that to myself. You effed up, Linnell. And then I had to go back and start thinking about all the cars I financed, all the credit cards I had in my wallet, spending here and there, and all the interest I paid on each credit card. Credit card. Let me tell you something, you guys, something. Credit card companies got this game on lock. It's on lock. Banks, they got it on lock. They make money out of thin air. No, better yet, they don't even make money. They make money on money that doesn't exist. Money doesn't even exist. It's just money on computer screens. Be the car on the boardwalk and park place. We never really thought about that. Exactly. I love playing Monopoly, but I didn't understand it. I was like, oh yeah, let me get Boardwalk and Park Place. Yeah, you guys, I still didn't understand it because nobody explained it to me. Nobody. Oh, again, all I had to do, add up all my savings. This is how simple it is. And this is what I want to put on a shirt, just to get people to ask me. Add up all your savings. Add up all your debt. This is all it takes. Savings minus debt equals how much money, Linnell, you have in real life, Linnell. That's it. Now, if somebody would have told me that concept while I was deep in debt, I would have had to believe them. Math would have forced me to believe it. It would have got the wheel spinning in my head. And I would have looked at that large negative number and thought to myself, how come I don't feel like I'm broke? That's what I would have said to myself. How come I don't feel or believe that negative number is real? That I would have went home thinking. I would have been driving home. You know how you're driving home and then all of a sudden your mind goes on autopilot, right? It happens all the time. Next thing you know, you pull up to the house and then you snap out of it. You be like, oh crap, how'd I get here? Think about it. You obeyed all the laws, stop lights, somebody crossing the street, speed limit, all that. You're obeying it all, but you're on autopilot. That's what I would have been like. And then I would have came home and thought about it some more. How come I don't believe I'm in the negative? And here's the answer. For those of you that are stuck in this right now, those of you that believe in me, that I make this so, this is why I do this. I want to make this and help you understand that this financial freedom is so simple to obtain. It's so simple. I make it so simple. Savings minus debt equals. This is why you don't, because you believe you own everything you finance. I believe I owned everything I financed. That's what I did. I believe I owned it all. I believed I was a homeowner with a mortgage, paying on 30 years. Think about that. Think about it. Millions of people sign a 30-year contract on money they haven't even earned yet. You promising the bank, I promised the bank 30 years of my future earnings that I don't even know that I'm going to even earn. It's promised to somebody else. And the whole time I'm believing I own this house that I'm in, when I could have just did the math and it would have clearly shown that I didn't own anything. But people in the debt matrix, how the banks did this, the banks people in the debt matrix believe the banks are big, bad, and evil. They're not. They're not doing anything wrong. They're using simple math. That's the only type of job I could be comfortable in, working for the central banks. They're not doing anything bad to people. They're saying, hey, look, if you just apply math to your finances, you'll understand. But if you don't, oh well, we're going to make money. For people that are in debt, money doesn't exist. Cut and broke landing on the cheaper properties constantly. Yep, they are. Selling hotels and houses. You own boardwalk. Exactly. You'll never collect. They don't have the money. They're busted. And you know what? For those, accept that you messed up. Accept it. You're Willis. You come on here, say it out loud to yourself. If you're involved in something, a car, payments on furniture, washer and dryer, accept it. You want to see it even more? Go to the contract you signed. Do it this way. You ever go to a cell phone, right? Cell phone shop to get a new phone? You see that thick contract. You see how much paperwork there is to sign a cell phone contract? A cell phone contract. Do you see how thick that paperwork is? Who do you think reads that? You think once they leave the cell phone shop, you think they read through that contract? They don't read through that. Nobody reads through that. Nobody. They're just cracking open that box and getting to that cell phone. What if I told you that cell phone's not even worth the price you see on it? It's not even worth that. It's not even worth that. It doesn't cost $1,500 to make a cell phone. What if I told you that? Would you believe me? It doesn't. You clearly open the box and see that it's made in China. You think that it cost them $1,500 to make that cell phone in China? It doesn't. I'm not knocking Apple. I'm not knocking Samsung. They just made you believe that it's worth that much. When I buy my cell phones, I don't buy them from the store. I get on Amazon, buy them refurbished, buy them with cash. Wait a couple years after, like, for example, the Note 10 just came out, right? I like it. I might want it. I'll wait a few years, and then I'll buy it refurbished for a quarter of the price. Don't fall for the trick of buy one, get one free. If you don't believe me, go to a cell phone shop that's offering buy one, get one free. Walk in and say, hey, I'm here to buy a cell phone and get one for free. And then they're going to be happy to help you. Hey, all right, let's do this. You want this? And then you go, hey, no, wait a minute. I'm going to buy the first one with cash. You don't even have to have cash. Just say that. Just say it. Walk in the cell phone shop and say, I'm going to buy the first one with cash. And then I want my second one for free. See if you get the second one for free. When I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to tell you no. Then you step back and say, wait a minute. I'm sorry, man, because I just already know, okay? But this is for you. Ask yourself, how come they're not giving that one for free? They said it on the commercials. Are you guys false advertising? They're not. They're trying to lock you in because you think it's free. It's not. If you opened a business and gave away everything for free, how long would you be in business? You wouldn't be. It's business. Oh, yeah, early termination. Korea swamped me. Oh, really? On 60 Minutes? Oh, I'm going to look for that. Oh, I'm going to look for that. But that's how it is in real life. That's how it is. Matter of fact, check it out. My girlfriend, I hate to say this, but my girlfriend smashed my Note 8 on the ground the other day. All right? You could just, I don't know what it is about a cell phone smashing face first on the ground. It's a distinct sound that runs through your soul. Okay? It runs through your soul. I handed her my phone. She goes to get in the car and I hear a smack. I'm like, was that my phone or yours? That's your phone. And now I was like, but I didn't get mad. I'll tell you why I didn't get mad, okay? First of all, I bought the phone refurbished a few years after the phone came out, okay, a couple of years, right? To get it, and I keep my phone for a few years. I go to the cell phone shop. They say it's gonna cost you $250 to get the screen fixed. I said, cool, here you go, fix it. Number one, I'm not in debt. Number two, I think of the majority. I didn't pay what the majority paid for their cell phone. The average person pays for those phones $1,000, $800 to $1,000. The new iPhone 11 Pro Max costs $1,500. You think some people in debt cannot afford to drop cash on that phone? Guess what? They're making payments plus accessories plus insurance. They're paying way more than $1,500. Not me. I always think about collectively. Yeah, I can buy another phone, probably a Note 8 for probably about 300, 320. But that's 100 more than getting it fixed. I'm just going to pay the 250, fix it. I don't have to worry about all that. You see what I'm saying? I always keep one old phone, so just in case something like that happens and they need my phone for a couple days, I just take the SIM card out, put it in my old phone. When they call me and tell me my phone's ready, I take it out, put it back in my new phone. That's it. Plus, I pay $20 a month for my cell phone service. You see how then you look at 250. 250 is nothing. Insurance, cell phone insurance is a joke. You still got a deductible on your you've been paying cell phone insurance say like a whole 2 years, and then it breaks, right? Something happens. You do a claim, you got a deductible over 2 years of people in debt can't see this. I didn't even get mad at my girlfriend. I closed my eyes for a minute. Don't get me wrong. I was like, But I was like, whatever. I don't look at things like that anymore. Cell phone is a thing. It happens. She didn't do it on purpose. She didn't purposely walk around the side of the car and smash it on the ground. It hit the door or something and it smashed. That's it. That's it. Normally, if you're financing a phone and it smashes like that, oh yeah, you about to come out of pocket. You got to go claim the insurance, and then you got to wait for your phone. And they know. I know this. My videos always turn into something else. They know that's your only phone because they always ask you to trade in your old phone. This is you will see this once you step outside the debt matrix. This business plan cell phones got, this stuff is brilliant. They ask you to come in and give you pennies for your old phone and pay you what it's really worth in the first place, even when it was brand new, right? Now you don't have no phone, but the one you're leasing from them. Now your phone has trouble. Who if you bring your phone in for repair and they say they're going to have it for a week, you can't even go without your phone for a day. They know that. Okay? They know that. Everything is in that phone. Everything. And you need that baby ASAP. You're going to pay whatever it takes. You're going to do whatever it takes to hurry up and accept all that, whatever they're going to say it's going to cost you. You're going to accept it. And you're going to pay it because you need that cell phone. You are attached to them. When you're debt free, you buy your cell phones cash. Keep your old one just in case something happens, drops in the water, smashes, whatever. Doesn't matter. Pop the SIM out, put it in there. I always have an extra SIM too, just in case of something actually happens, my phone totally. I just transfer my service to the new SIM, pop it in my old phone, and then go get online and buy another phone. That's it. I don't never lose my phone. I didn't drop it this time either. It wasn't even my fault, but it happens, whatever. You see what I'm saying? This is the people that follow me. I want you to see and feel how it is to be on the other side of debt. This is another way to feel what I'm talking about. Imagine right now at this moment, if your only debt was your rent and utilities. What if that was it? That's it. And maybe your car insurance, because you got to have, it's the law to have insurance, right? When you have your own car, you get to dictate your insurance. So if your driving record is impeccable, trust your own driving record. Hey, get liability. You can do whatever you want. You dictate your insurance. You finance the car. The bank tells you what type of insurance they want on their car because it's not your car. It's their car. See what I'm saying? You get to dictate your own insurance. Your money will stack. Your money, you follow what I'm saying? Your money will stack so fast. When you're debt free and you've been in debt all your life, and the first month, year you're debt free, your money's going to stack so fast in your bank account, you're going to think you forgot to pay some bills. That's what I did. My money was stacking so fast, my checks wasn't going. I was depositing them. It was auto deposit, but it was depositing so fast. The first few months, I thought I was forgetting to pay some bills. I was like, oh man, did I credit card, no, car note, furniture, and then I had to sit back and think, I don't have anything to pay, just my rent. That's it. I pay my cell phone by the year. Anything I can pay by the year, that's what you will do. Because people ask, hey, Linnell, what's your credit score? I have one credit card. My credit's like 7. The last time I looked, the highest one was like 760. I don't look but once a month to show you guys my full credit report. That's all because you'll understand that credit is nothing more than a tool. Here's another one I want you guys to understand. Have you noticed, pay close attention. You guys ready? Have you noticed how many people are out there are credit repair people? You can throw a dart out there in social media land and hit one. You notice how many people there are that'll fix your credit? You know why? Because it doesn't do anything. They're not doing anything special. You're still in debt. People believe this is the concept outside the debt matrix. This is what it is. Okay. People believe these credit people will fix their credit, increase their credit score to do what? To get in more debt. Hey, I need my credit increased so I can buy a house. So you can get in more debt? Not so you can have more money, not so they can have more money. And these people, half the people that are fixing your credit, they're deep in debt too. You just think because you see their credit score and it's high, you equate money to a high credit score. There's no association. A high credit score doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. That person helping you, they could have collections, bankruptcies. You don't know what they have unless you can see their full. Like, say, like your work, you might be working with somebody now that's going to help you fix your credit, or you might be even thinking about it. Who to pick? There's thousands of them out there. There's thousands of credit fixers out there. How do you know if you don't know about money and you have bad credit? How do you know they're not in a worse situation than you? I guarantee you this, and I know this for a fact. The people that come to me with bad or low credit scores, they're closer to zero than the people with the high credit scores, the people that are trying to help you fix their credit, help you fix your credit. They're deeper in debt than you are. You don't know that because you can't see. They have access to your full credit report, but vice versa, you don't have. So do it this way. And this, if you don't believe me, just do this, what I'm about to tell you. Pick somebody that's going to help you fix your credit and then turn around and say, hey, man, can I see your full entire credit report? Can you send that to me? I want to see your entire credit report. All three, TransUnion, Experian, and TransUnion, Experian, and the third one, whatever. I don't even really care, but I know there's 3 major ones, right? Ask to see their entire, you're giving them access to your entire credit report. Why can't you have access to theirs? Reversing on them. See how many of them say yes. See how many of them will ask you, why do you want to know that information? Why? If you ask me that, I will know exactly why you're asking that. And I will know exactly that you're on the right track by even asking me that. Ask one of them. Don't be fooled by the facade of things, the picture that they throw up on their Instagram. And if you're a credit fixer, this is for you. I can even help you increase your business. I'm not even talking bad about you guys. Even the credit fixers, if this is you, you're probably going by the money that somebody else is making fixing credit too. I get it. But if you're a credit fixer, a credit repair person, let me tell you something. You're only fooling the other people like you. You're only fooling the other people in the debt matrix. I'm not talking, this is nothing bad. I'm just talking mathematics. Okay? I didn't invent math. I didn't invent it. It was before me. When I was born, I went to school and they said, hey, Linnell, this is math. I said, oh, okay. This equals that. Okay, cool. If this is you, you're not fooling anybody outside the debt matrix. So when you put up pictures of houses and cars and telling every people you got this, I clearly see that that's a facade. Unless you can show me, like when you get in the car in the Mercedes, and you show the steering with the Mercedes symbol on it, and you show a bunch of money, and next to you in the seat, and you walk out this house that we have at, outside the debt matrix, I have no idea if that's your house or that car you're getting in. I don't know unless you pull out the title and show me your name on it. That means nothing to me. And you get in the car and you put a bunch of money in an envelope or spread it all over the seat, and you're saying you got this money because you have good credit. That makes absolutely no sense. In the debt-free world, that makes no sense. When one has nothing to do with the other. Nothing. You're only fooling people, other people like you, that's in the debt matrix. That's it. You can step outside the debt. I can even show you. You can step outside the debt matrix and continue your business. You will climb so far up in this credit fixing business. You're not doing anything bad to the people that want to increase their credit score because it's all basic math. So don't feel bad about it. I don't feel bad about people that come to you. Hey, whatever. They can do math too. Everybody has a calculator on their phone. Everybody. You don't even have to know math. You just put it in Google. Google will tell you the answer. Cell phones while eating lunch. China's biggest gadget, more copycat. Hey, and a person like that, he's only making the phones for their actual cost. I get it. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look that up. I promise you. You will. For those of you that follow me, once you step on this side, you will. The best way I can describe it, you'll be in a whole new financial world. You will respect the banks. You will respect the credit card companies. You'll respect the car loan places. You'll respect them all. Okay, cool. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. You will respect all what they do because they're only using the math we learned in elementary school. You will be free, more free than you'll ever have in your life. But I must promise, this is one thing. When you step into this world where 15% of us out of the 100 to 85% of Americans are in debt, there are 15% of us that are financially free. When you step in this world, I feel like a newborn baby. Life is not expensive. Life is not complicated. Life's not about debt. You'll hear, this is my world, okay? I know you won't understand this, but I'm gonna tell you. Whenever I watch TV, I have to mute commercials because TV commercials make absolutely no sense to me. Especially bank commercials. Don't believe me? Every time you see a bank commercial come on TV, I want you to mute it. And then I want you to figure out what they're trying to sell you. See what they're trying to sell you. I bet you won't get it unless you turn the sound back on. Other than that, you won't. Mute car commercials. Mute them. I know you logically understand that they're trying to sell you a car, but I want you to mute the TV and I want you to see how they're selling it to you. They're telling you, they're the master. If you want to learn how to sell, mute TV commercials. Put them on mute and you will clearly see how they're selling. I was watching a Toyota commercial the other day of the new RAV4. Now, you guys probably seen it, okay? There was these two. They make sure they target the demographic, which is late 20s, early 30s, late 20s to maybe late 30s, right? Two people in the car, they're driving a RAV4, they pull up off the road and they jump out. They're all happy and smiling. Then they run off in the woods. And then they come back out of the woods, jump in the car and take off and like, oh, and they're all wet and like they went swimming in a river or something. It's just the stupidest. TV commercials are insulting when you're out of the debt matrix, right? You're like, what the hell does that got to do with it? They're driving off road and all this stuff. Nobody's driving their car off the road like that. Nobody's doing that. Nobody, right? But they're like, hey, Alexa, tell me how to get out of the woods. And oh, God. This one is fresh. I think I watched it last night, right? Alexa, get us out of the woods. This and that. It's just the stupidest nonsense. But That's how they sell. Or or a dog that they're using animals now, right? This one, this dog was in the back of this car and he had a large stick in his mouth, and he had room to have this stick to swing back and forth in the back of the car. You're like, what does that have to do with anything? That has nothing. They know that. You don't know that. Oh, you think, oh, I have room for my dog. He can play in. Older cars don't have room for your dog. Paid off cars, no. Only that 2019 model has room for your dog. You see it? Do you understand? You will have to. I can't listen to commercials. You'll realize that stuff is being sold to you 24 hours a day. It's non-stop. I don't watch regular TV anymore. I watch stuff online, no commercials, because you realize you'll step outside the debt matrix, you'll step in the new world, you'll be like, I didn't realize stuff was being shoved down my throat 24 hours a day. Food, car, clothes. This happened yesterday. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something that happened to me yesterday. I can't help it, right? I go to TJ Maxx, I'm picking up a couple of items, right? I get up to the counter. Hey, would you like a TJ Maxx card? You get 10% off of the whatever stuff you're buying today. I said, no, thank you. I don't say that to the person. The person selling, I don't take it personally because that's their job to sell me stuff, right? But in reality, I'm not getting 10% off of nothing. The stuff I'm buying is not even worth the money I'm paying for it for. All right, I already know that. I know it's not worth this money. And then if they can get me to believe that I'm getting 10% off of something that's not even worth what I'm paying for, I'm not getting 10% off of anything. I'm about to use this card, slide it, and then I'm gonna pay interest on it. It's in the 20s. You know it's in the 20s. They're gonna get that money back tenfold. But yet the person in the debt matrix really believes they're getting 10% off of something that's not even worth the price they're paying for it today. That's everything. When you're outside the debt matrix now, you'll look at everything like a thing. Nothing's a thing. Everything is a thing, a worthless thing, and it's only worth the price that they put on it. Motorcycles, cars, Bentleys, watches. Thank you. If it wasn't for the few of you like Ill Willis, Ulysses, a couple of people that email me, I'm gonna wait till they come up in the chat because I don't want to bring their name up because debt is a sensitive information for most. But once you're debt free, you'll understand that that's by design. It's designed to, same thing when you're at work and they say, hey, don't discuss your salaries. Nobody ever says, well, why not? Well, why not? Why shouldn't we discuss salaries? Is that a law? Is that a law that we can't discuss? No, they just say it and people believe it. People get jealous of other people that make more money. That doesn't mean anything. Just because a person that's been there longer making more money than you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That should tell you something. If you're good at what you do, and this person that you know is not good as you, and they're making more money than you leave and find a company that's going to pay you accordingly. But most people can't leave because they're in debt, so they got to accept those kind of terms. If I'm at a job and they're not, I know how much I'm worth. I don't care what other people are making. I know how much I'm worth. So if I step on the scene at a business, they always, people get nervous. People get nervous about, they give you this range, right? And they always do this. This is for you. This is how business tell if you're desperate or not. Say like I go apply for a job now. And if the scale is a certain range, if I come on there and I know my stuff, they tell me the range, I'm gonna say the top range. I don't care what's in between. That's how much I'm worth. Hey, Mr. Young, that's at the top of the scale. You know what I would say? I know that. That's why I said it. Why are you repeating it? You know it. I mean, I won't say it like that, but I'll say the top. They'll say, are you worth that? I'll say yes. Because I know by me, the knowledge I know coming onto the scene at this job, I'm going to triple their profits. I know that. I will make sure they know I know that. If you follow me, you come to, hey, this is what I want to make sure of. If there's somewhere that you want me to come and speak at a function, at a job place, at a some kind of hall, invite me. I'll come. I will change anybody's life that is ready to listen. That's not even bragging. I'm just talking about math. Anything. Hey, a live webcast. You want to invite me to come in there and talk to people, especially the younger generation? I will change their lives forever. Everybody can't be rich. Everybody can't be wealthy. That's just a fact. We need, listen closely. If you come on this side, you will understand that we need people to continue financing cars. If you want to be successful with any business you choose, because none of this is mean or nothing, we need people to continue financing cell phones and believing they got a great deal. We need people to continue financing cars, believing that they got them on sale. Nobody gets a finance car on sale, but if they don't know that, that's their problem. We need people to believe that. We need people to believe that they're homeowners while having a mortgage. Ain't it sad it sounds harsh, doesn't it? It's not. It's just math. It's not math. Then when you're debt free and there's an economy crash, because let me tell you something, there's one coming right now. All you got to do is Google the numbers. It's coming. It's coming. And people are already in debt right now. Like, for example, I just kind of heard that the feds are lowering the interest rate. This triggers people to borrow more. This is what they do. This is how it works. If you come on this, they're not doing anything bad, okay? I clearly see what they're doing. They're triggering a response for people to start borrowing more, right? Hey, all you gotta do is listen to people. Hey, the interest rates dropped. I'm gonna refinance my house and I'm gonna get a better interest rate. That's a trick people in the debt matrix tell themselves, that the interest rate drops, so they're gonna get a better interest rate. But what they don't understand, that they just started the 30-year process all over. Now, say like this is debt matrix stuff, okay? And if this is you, it's okay to admit it, okay? Interest rates drop. The bank reaches out to you to refinance the house. They'll call it your house, but if you don't know it's not your house, that's your problem. Hey, refinance your house, get a better interest rate. You can take the money. They give you all these ideas because you're taking it personally. You think they're actually helping you. It's just business. Hey, you got $50,000 in equity. Take that money and pay off whatever, this and that. Just say like this. Say like a person had $50,000 in student loan debt, right? And $50,000 in equity. You think that person's going to take $50,000 in equity and pay off their student loans? They're not doing that. You know what they're going to do? They're going to go buy something. Maybe put a little bit on some bills, but they're not going to do that. They're going to go finance. They're going to put themselves deeper in debt. That's what the bank understands they're going to do. They're not going to pay off credit cards. They're not going to pay off their car. They're not going to put money. They're not going to do that. They're going to get deeper in debt by financing something more because they think the house is theirs. Do you see what I'm saying? It's business. It's nothing personal. If this is you and you've done it, say it out loud. Hey, I refinanced my house, started the 30-year cycle all over again. If you've been in your house for 10 years and you refinance your house, you just put yourself back to 30 years. Because of all the money he owes. So this is why. Okay, once you're out of debt, you'll realize, what's the best way I can say this? Stop thinking that Trump, our president, is doing something. No, I don't want to get into politics. I don't want to get into, because people will start jumping in and start saying stuff. I'm gonna keep it math. Stop thinking like that. Like he's not doing it. He's not doing anything. You don't have to be part of that nonsense. You get out of debt. You can see that whatever he's saying, he's raising, lowering. They lower the interest rate. They want to trigger a response from people that believe they'll get a lower interest rate on their house, which is going to save them money. This is how it works. If I lower the interest rate, then they'll start refinancing their house, thinking they're lowering their monthly mortgage. Yeah, it looks like that, but they don't realize they extended themselves. Reason why it's lower, because they extended themselves back to 30 years. They went from 20, say like they were in the house 10 years. They went from 20 years back to 30. Of course, it's going to be a lower payment because they spread it out. But they don't know they're deeper in debt. They're going to take the equity that's why they're borrowing the equity, because they don't own the house. Do you borrow money from your savings account? You don't do that, do you? You know why? Because it's your money. You borrow the money at an interest rate. They know you're not going to, you believe this is the trigger. This is, man. A person with a lower mortgage believes they have more money at the end of the month, but if they just do the math, they'll realize they're deeper in debt. They'll take that money, put a little money on a brand new car, and then they'll finance it, adding to the money that they just borrowed, but they can't see that, right? Then they go around and show other people in the debt matrix their brand new car like they just progressed themselves financially, a status. It only fools people in the debt matrix. They don't realize they're deeper in debt than ever. Now the bank really they'll never own that house, ever. But yet they're driving around in this new car, telling everybody how much the car costs like they paid cash for it or something. People in the debt matrix say the weirdest thing, and they don't know they're saying those things, right? And they don't realize they're deeper in debt than ever. They believe they have money since their mortgage payment is low. They believe they now have more money to spend on a car. And now they're paying interest on the first mortgage, the second mortgage, the car, and continue to pay on the student loans. It's just the craziest. It's sad to see it. When I hear people do that and see people do, I just want to say something so bad. I had a friend. Oh man, this is hard to say. I had a friend. Now he followed my financial advice and cleaned up his credit, and he was looking to buy a house, right? And then he got approved. The first thing I said, "What kind of mortgage did you get approved for?" He told me a FHA mortgage. I said, "You better not do that. You better not do that. You'll never own that house, ever." Only people that cannot afford homes use FHA mortgages, because if you looked at all the fees and all the stuff associated with the FHA mortgage, you would know better than ever do that. They have big rallies. They put people together. Hey, they make up these things in these meetings that, hey, get an $18,000 this and that and this and that. And you don't have any money to put down on a home? We can help you with that. If you don't have money to put down on a home, you can't afford the home. That's why you couldn't afford to get a conventional mortgage. If you're a person that got turned down for a conventional mortgage, the bank is telling you indirectly that you cannot afford a home, but you won't accept what they're saying. So the bank goes, oh, okay, oh, well, then they just send you out to the sharks, subprime mortgages, VA loans, no money down loans, 100% financing, first time home. But they put all these pretty names on it because you can't afford a home. So they dress it up nice, put a nice bow on it and say, here. So never once stop and thinking, wait a minute. They tell me no for the conventional mortgage for the same house, but I can get the same house with this mortgage? Something doesn't make sense. A light bulb doesn't come on in your head. They're so focused on this house, this thing that they'll never own, they'll make the money off of you, period. Saying if we can remove politics from it. No, listen, Ill Willis. Remove politics from yourself. Politics is a money generator. When you hear people want to blame, I get it, all right? Walk with me outside the debt matrix, okay? I get why it's in place. And I'm going to tell you something that was sad to me, that opened my eyes up really, that's to something that I didn't see before. You know, everybody's jumping on Facebook, hey, vote. And then you naturally get triggered into voting. It's a collective mind thinking. When President Trump was elected, right? When he was elected not by the popular vote is the people of the United States. But then he became elected to president. I was like, what? Huh? Wait a minute. The popular vote elected Hillary, but President Trump won. I was thinking, the people told the United States that they wanted this other person, but Trump won. That's the only time that triggered me to understand what popular vote and the electoral votes mean. I said, wait a minute. Something doesn't make sense here. People are jumping online. I don't want to get into politics, but these are just facts I'm stating. He wasn't elected by the popular vote. Look that up. The popular vote means what the people of the United States voted, and they said no, they didn't want him. But he won by the electoral votes. Understand what that means. If you take the time to understand what that means, you'll understand why politics are in place. It's a money generator. You think these people that spend millions on a plate of food to support their candidate, why do you think they're spending so much money on a plate of food that they're clearly not worth? This dinner plate is $11,000. They understand that that plate of food is not worth $11,000. Why do you think they spend that kind of money? Why do you think the rich people spend that kind of money? There's a reason. I'm not mad about it. Yeah, exactly. And you jump on Facebook, you'll hear people, the collective, oh man, that's why you voted for Trump. That's why you voted. I don't care who votes for who. I don't care. I'm not going to be mad at somebody that voted for Trump. So what? So what? That's their right. You voted for him. But people are scared to tell who they voted for out of retaliation of people. That's the collective. This is another level of thinking. Once I bring you over out of the debt matrix, there's another level of thinking that's a different type of thinking. I don't really make videos about it because me telling you about it, when you're in debt, you won't understand what I'm saying. It's a whole different mindset. Politics are a moneymaker. I don't believe Trump is running the whole country. He's a figurehead. People need somebody to blame. They need somebody instead of looking at themselves. Hey, he's the reason why I can't afford a house. He's the reason why I'm out on the streets. He's the reason. They need a reason. Instead of using the mirror, they need somebody to point. I get it. It's a moneymaker. Politics, all you got to do is just pay attention. Some people fly in well, I'm from Seattle, Washington. I remember, this is where Bill Gates lives. I remember the president flying in to have dinner at Bill Gates' house. Why do you think he's having dinner at Bill Gates' house? Or he or she? I don't know. I can't remember what year it was. Why do you think they're having dinner there? Because they like Bill Gates? Mm-mm. There's something that I won't know. I'm not a multimillionaire. I'm not a multi-billionaire. I don't know. But I will know one day. And I will know the correct way. I will see, I'm sure, when I get to a certain level, I'm sure my mind is going to explode from the things I didn't know. It's already has exploded being out of debt. I see how everything works, the whole economy. I see how somebody designed this. Somebody designed it. A family, a person, I don't know. But it works like a Picasso painting. Don't get wrapped up in all that tweeting. And when they do that on Facebook, I unfollow those people. Unfollow them. I don't even get on Twitter. I unfollow people that do all the politics. I unfollow. They need somebody to blame when they just look at themselves. All they got to do is look at themselves. You'll clearly see why everything's in place. You'll see. You'll see why Trump's in place. You'll see. Somebody, some family, some group of people put him there. You won't know who they are because they don't want to be seen. That's it. They want to make sure you know that they pretend that they don't even exist. And then whatever. I know they exist. There's a reason why they don't want to be seen. I understand. I get it. I get it. They tell Trump what to do. I'm not, this is just the way it is. I'm not saying anything spectacular. Do I really know this information? No, I'm just going by what I see. That's it. I'm not really saying anything. I don't know anything. I'm just going by what I see. But don't try not to get into politics. Anybody start talking politics, I jump quick out of that situation. That's a losing situation. If you're in debt, you have no idea what's going on there. No idea. Not a clue. And you'll never know. As long as you continue financing cars and cell phones. If you're financing a cell phone, don't worry about what's going on up there. If you're financing a car, don't worry about what's going on up there. Don't worry about that. You'll never see that kind of money. I don't care if you're a sports player. Check it out. Not many people know this. Look it up, okay? All right. This is one of the things that are crazy. Not many people know what I'm about to tell you, okay? because I don't really brag on them. I don't follow sports at all. Okay. It means they're just people that have achieved their dreams. I'm just trying to be like them. I'm already them, just without as much money as them. That's it. They're not special. They just took the time to achieve their goal. Now they're there. Hey, congratulations. I'm glad, happy for you. I don't obsess over them. I'm from Seattle, Washington. I made a commercial with Russell Wilson, who is the quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks, right? Not many people know that. I'll share you the link. If you want to see it, I'll share it. It's not a big deal, right? But when I made the commercial, I just wanted to talk to him, and I sat down, talked to him. Nice young man. I wanted to see if he was the same way off of camera as he is when you see him on TV, just like that. Humble dude, young man. You know, it was cool as hell to make a commercial with him. But when I told people I made commercial, hey, commercial with him, you know what the things they said to me? People thought since I made a commercial with him, thought I made as much money as him. Okay. Why would you think that? I don't know. He's the star, not me. Why would you think that? But that's just the facade of what people believe. And some people got mad that I made a commercial because I don't watch football. Oh man, what you doing making a commercial with them and you don't even watch football? It's one thing have to do. One thing has nothing to do with the other. Nothing. It just clicks to me. It's like, whoa. All you got to do is put something on TV. They see me on the commercial. And then they're like, oh, he must be a millionaire because he made a commercial. That's not true. Why would you think that? I didn't get paid hardly anything for that commercial. It was just an experience. Don't get me wrong, I was glad I did it. This is the facade. When you start blaming, they need people in place, no different than a company. They need, something goes wrong with the company, they need the CIO, the CFO to be blamed. That's all. It's not, they don't literally run the company, they make the decisions. That's it. But you step outside the debt matrix and I'm showing you guys what this is. Excuse me. You will see how it all works. You will be freer than you ever have in your entire life. You'll be free to pursue anything. Like, there's always things in your mind that I believe everybody knows what they would love to be doing in life. Something that would not feel like work, and they could do it every day, wake up happy doing it. But you can't do it because of debt. The noise of debt prevents you from doing it. Oh man, I won't make enough money to cover my bills. I can't do that. I can't afford to do that. Once you're out of debt, I promise you this. That thing that's been in the back of your mind all your life, it'll come to the forefront and you won't be able to turn it off. You won't be able to turn it off at all. You'll do whatever it takes. You won't even have a clue how to do it. This is how it works, okay? You won't even have a clue how to do it, but it will just come to you to do it. When I share this information with you guys, I eat and sleep it. I can't even turn it off. That's why I'm doing 2-a-days. Something comes to me, I'm like, I got to tell the people. I got to thank the people for following me. I got to thank every single response, every single email, especially in the early days, that comes to me, because I want them to know. I want people to know how important that is to me, that they took the time out of their day to stop whatever they're doing in the middle of their busy day to email me, to text me, to write on my Instagram page, my DebtAintMyDaddy page. I want people to understand how much I appreciate that. Because I'm like you, I watch a lot of stuff. Nobody really inspires me to write a comment, really. Unless it reaches me, that's the time I take the time to write it. People are always busy. Oh man, I'm too busy to do this. I'm too busy. Think about it. People, I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. But if I reach somebody enough to stop them for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, to even watch my videos. Somebody told me just today, I was watching your videos at 1 a.m. in the morning, Linnell. 1 a.m. That sends an energy spirit through my spirit, man. 1 a.m. to watch a video of mine? I ain't nobody big. I ain't no Les Brown. That doesn't matter. I am Les Brown. I am Dave Ramsey. I'm all those guys. And me saying that, if they heard me saying that, Dave Ramsey and Les Brown heard me saying that, they would know exactly what I'm talking about. They know I'm not literally saying I'm him or them. They would know that. They were like, he understands. I guarantee you. They would point at me and say, he understands. Who got me on this track? Let me tell you guys. Dave Ramsey got me on this track. White guy from Tennessee. He don't know it. Maybe one day he'll know. But right now, he doesn't even know that he changed my life forever. He was the person that made it make sense because I was lost. Before I was debt free, I was lost. I'm not even a religious person, okay? I don't really believe in some guy in the sky. And so I don't believe in that kind of stuff, but that didn't matter. Those are his personal beliefs. All he was speaking is math to me. Okay? Math. Once I understood, I said, it said like this. They was like, use math on your finances and you'll win. I said to myself, it can't be that easy. No way it's that easy. Yes, it was that easy. Changed my life forever. Changed it. Once I got out of debt, I said, one day I'm going to meet him. I haven't met him yet. But one day I will be talking to him and thanking him personally. I will. I will do that. He doesn't even know he changed my life. Can you imagine how many people Dave Ramsey has reached? People still try to talk down on it. Oh man, he had $1 million. He got this much from his family. So what? It doesn't matter if he got $5 trillion to start his business. That doesn't matter. You can give a person in debt $1 million. You think they know what to do with it? They'll spend it. You know what they'll do? They'll think they can afford larger payments and be broke within a year or two. That's how it works. You see it all the time in lottery winners. People in debt. Oh my God, I can't believe how we did that. I do. He was trapped in the debt matrix. He was just a person with $1 million in the debt matrix. That's it. Nothing more than that. And see, like that, thank you, El Willis. I appreciate it, man. I want to make sure I'm saying what I'm saying as simple as possible. If you hear me say something, say like this, El Willis. If you hear me say something that you don't understand, say, Linnell, you just said something I don't understand. And I'll make it even more clear because I've been in this debt-free game for quite a while. Sometimes I might be skipping stuff because the longer you in it, the more things I'm just used to, and I might be skipping stuff. Say it, and don't be embarrassed. Hey, Linnell, you know what, man? I went and gotten one of them payday loans, and you know what? And I'm up the yin yang with it. You know what I'm saying? Say that out loud. Say that so you can hear it and I can hear it. That's important. The only people that are going to ridicule you, because they're making millions and billions of dollars. You think you're the only one? Stop thinking you're the only one. Anything you do, the first thing you think, if you think, oh, it's me, I'm embarrassed, that's where you're messing up. All you got to do is Google this information, see that they're billions of dollars in debt. You're not the only one. That's crystal clear. All this debt talk, I'm so glad to not be part of that nonsense. I'm not part of any of that. Credit card debt, student loan debt, car loan debt, that has nothing to do with me. Nothing. When the next economy crash comes, guess what? If you're debt free, it's going to be Christmas for you, baby. Christmas time. All these houses, people losing their houses. Guess what? The bank don't want all that stuff. They're going to give it to you dirt cheap. And you're debt free, you just sit on it. All you got to do is pay yearly taxes. That's it. It's going to come back around, baby. And then you sell, you'll be rich forever. You have houses everywhere. I do not know how to apply the way you stated it. You're right, it is my passion. I can't even help it because this is what it is. This is exactly what it is, Willis. You must change the way you think about money individually. You must think collectively. Look at it this way. If you own a successful business, say like you own Say like everybody owned a say like you own a everybody owned a successful car business, okay? Everybody was rich. Okay? Everybody was rich. Nobody would be coming on your car lot, anybody's car lot to buy cars. That's why they're rich. You don't have to finance anything. You don't have to finance cars. So there would be no reason for you to open a car lot business. But you start thinking collectively, 85% of people are in debt that believe the only way they can get a car, they must finance it. And if you're a successful car lot owner, guess what? You will be successful. Check it out. I got this friend of mine, okay? He is 22. 22. He owns a car lot, owns it. He went by a lot of my guidance, but he still asks questions of me today. He is 22. He owns a small car lot, maybe 30 cars on it, maybe. This young man's already a millionaire. And he owns a small car lot. All these people that own car lots, they're in business. They're deep in debt. He's debt free. Business is coming. Hey, you wanna use our money to buy your car? I said, don't do that. Don't you ever do that. Ever. Ever. You can get a loan yourself at a way percentage rate, and you don't have to go by their guidelines. You don't. I mean, business debt and personal debt is totally different. But I don't mean to mix the two. But I want to show you guys something. He is 22 years old and a millionaire already. He's probably bigger than that now. This was a couple years ago. Still calls for my guidance. He's making millions. He's way surpassed me. I'll get up there. You know, he's young, okay? So he wonders why. He asked me the other day, hey, how much money you're making a year? Nothing close to him. But I say, and he goes, oh, really? I said, I'll get there. It's gonna be way past him too. The money I'm gonna earn is gonna be way past him. That's just a single business. I'm gonna be helping millions of people. Millions. To teach them something that they can carry. What I'm teaching you now, you can carry on the generations. You know how I know you will carry on it with generations? Because you won't be able to help but tell your family. And out of every family member, you're going to help one or two that's going to do the same for their family. And then they're going to be rich. And check it out. It's not even complicated. You don't even have to know nothing about the stock. What I teach you is the basics, right? You don't have to know anything about taxes. You don't have to know anything about the stock market, because when you're in debt, they make you feel like you need to know about this stuff. You don't need to know about this stuff. You want to invest when you're debt free, you got some money to invest in the stock market. You know exactly how to pick an investor. You'll say, hey man, you'll see what they do. You see all the plaques on their wall. Wow, this is nice, man. How long you been in the business? Oh, 20 years. This is my house, my car, this is my wife, my kids through college. They say all this stuff. The only thing you're going to say, let me see your personal credit report. Now, if they turn to you and say, oh, okay, sure, here, you want to see it? That's the person you want to go with. But if they turn to you and say, why do you want to see that? You want to know my credit score? No. I said your full entire credit report. Now, if they're so successful people making money are not in personal debt. They don't have collections. They don't owe money to the IRS. People with money don't do stuff like that because they understand how the system works. They understand that taxes is the backbone of the whole system. You can't be screwing that over. That messes up for everybody. You get away with messing up on taxes. That's the backbone of the whole system. When you're in debt, you think it's keeping you down. You get out of debt, you understand why it's in place. There's no reason to be cheating. There's so much money to be made out here. There's no reason to be cheating on taxes. There's absolutely no reason. Taxes are not keeping you down. It's not. So if you get somebody that in taxes, when I get large enough, you know what kind of tax person I'm going to have? I don't care what his fee is. If he's worth it, he's worth it. If his fee is $1,000, but he can get me back 20, he gets $1,000. See what I'm saying? And first thing I'm going to say, let me see your personal credit report, because I'm not going to have a tax person that owes back taxes to the IRS. That makes absolutely no sense, because if he messes up and starts cheating the system, the IRS doesn't come after him. The IRS is going to come after me because I should have known that he was messing up. How you do that is Their personal credit report, period. It will tell me everything I need to know. If a person is investing, his personal credit report will tell me if he's investing right because he won't be in debt. It's that simple. You don't need all you need to know is the basics. And the people that you're looking at or trying to help, they will have no idea how you know. That's the crazy part. This is how powerful this is. They won't even have an idea of how you know what you know. And it's only grade school math. Just like the earlier example, what I was showing, this financial person put up a meme: 200,000, pay off $200,000 debt or invest $200,000, right? He tells you that's the wrong way if you're going to pay off $200,000 in debt. Totally forgetting the basics. If a person has $200,000 to invest, they wouldn't be $200,000 in debt. It's mathematically impossible to invest negative dollars into the stock market. You can't gain interest, earn interest off negative $200,000. That's impossible. How come this guy doesn't know that? He's in the debt matrix and he doesn't know he's there. This, what I'm sharing with you guys, is a gift. So keep telling me, keep showing me, keep emailing me, letting me know. If it comes to you and you just feel like telling me, I welcome it. It gives me fire to keep going. It really does. And I need it. I know you guys hear me and think, man, he's way ahead of the game. I'm still human. I was still in the debt matrix for years. Sometimes I get down. I do. The only time I get down, really, the only time I'm down is when I think about how many years it took me to wake up. That's all. I start thinking about all the time I wasted, and it was only simple fifth grade math. That's the only thing that bugs me every now and then. Not as much as it used to, but now it's really the only time to just. And I see other people that know and they're making millions and they're free, and I'm like, damn, they already knew. Because I try to tell my friends, even my own sons, I have 3 adult sons, 3. I try to tell them, they ain't even trying to hear me. I get it though. I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at them. Okay. They don't know. They're in the debt matrix and their own. This is how powerful it is. I'm their dad and I love them. They know I love them, right? They still don't believe me. They still don't believe me. Else they would have did it. They would have did it a long time ago. I don't bug them about it, whatever. But if they ever want money from them, you know what I say? No. Clear your debt and I'll loan you some money. Clear your debt first. Show me that you understand. If you don't, me loaning them money will just be hurting them. I'll be no different than a bank or a fast cash place. No. Show me that you're at least trying to get out of debt. If not, and one last thing before I leave, for those of you that follow me, okay? I want you to understand this. And this is crazy, okay? Once you're out of debt, it's going to affect your relationships. And this is what I feel kind of sad for. I feel understanding and sad for people. Say like a married couple. One understands what I'm saying and the other one doesn't. If you're married to a person, one person understands what I'm saying and wants to get out of debt and the other person doesn't care, ooh, that's bad news bears. And plus, it's going to affect your dating relationships. Because if you come across somebody that you're interested in, you want to get serious with them, and you're debt free, and they're not, and they don't care about being in debt, it's not going to work. Because you will have known what it took to get out of debt. You will have known all the years you were in debt, how much you were suffering in survival mode, and you'll know what it had took to get out of debt. All the pain of giving your checks over to the places that you owe money to, giving every single check until the day you're free. And then you come across a person that you're interested in and they're deep in debt and they don't know they're deep in debt because of the facade of the things they have. And you say, hey, you know what? You're really not a homeowner if you have a mortgage. You really shouldn't be financing cars because that's bad. And they say, forget what you're talking about. You can try. I don't care. Listen to this. I don't care how good the sex is. It will never, ever trump the financial freedom that you will feel. Nothing will ever trump that. Nothing. People think I'm joking. The woman I'm seeing now, guess what I asked? I asked to see her personal credit report. Asked to see it. I kid you not. People think I'm joking. She thought I was joking. She was like, oh yeah, I don't got no debt and this and that. I didn't believe. I said, let me see your personal credit report. Took her a few times of me asking. She was like, man, you asked me a few times. I was dead serious. Luckily, she wasn't lying to me. She wasn't in debt. She still didn't have the, but she was taught that at a young age. Okay. But she didn't know. She just grew up with it. So it was just normal to her. She thought everybody lived the way she lived. And that wasn't true. Once I saw that, oh yeah, it was love. But I'm telling you, it will affect your relationships. You won't date anybody that's deep in debt. I don't care how good they look, how great the sex is. You won't take them serious because they'll be in debt. And if you get involved in that with them, they're gonna try to drag you back into debt with them, and you will never let that happen because it'll compromise your financial freedom. You will never let that happen ever. Again, thank you guys all. I love the appreciation. Keep it coming. You can find me on Instagram at DebtAintMyDaddy. You can find me on Facebook at DebtAintMyDaddy. But my main thing is right here, the channel. It sure won't. It will. It won't. It won't. I don't care how fine she is. If she's in debt, you ain't. It'll be one. You know what it'll sound like? The teacher of the Charlie Brown voice. You know the teacher on Charlie Brown. That's all you'll hear. You don't want to get out of debt? Yeah. You got student loans? You call them forever loan? Yeah. That's a forever slave. Do they know that? It's irrelevant if they know that. It'll be 100% irrelevant. Irrelevant. If they don't know, you can't help them. Now, if they're willing to listen to what you're saying and understand it, that might be workable. But the majority of people, they ain't trying to hear all that. But that's part of crossing over. Once you cross over, the pain it took, you must feel it. There is no quick way to get out of debt. It's a quick way to get in debt, but there's no quick way to get out. You must feel the pain of getting out of debt. You have to. You have to feel it. Once you feel it, you're gonna be like, I don't want that no more. I ain't feeling none of that. No. Oh, you don't want to get out of debt? Ooh, baby, I know you're fine. You don't want to get out of debt? I don't care about being in debt. See you later. Sorry. They won't understand why. It doesn't matter if they understand. You can tell them till the cows come home. You can prove it to them with math. If they don't understand, sorry. Okay? Keep it coming. You guys inspire me to inspire you. I really appreciate you, Willis, man. You have no idea how much I appreciate you, man. And I don't even know you personally. I appreciate you, though. Thank you for the email the other day. It came right on time. For those other you guys that don't chat in the chat room, I appreciate your emails. I appreciate your text messages. I appreciate it. All right, that's it for today. I got 2 down for today. Doesn't even feel like it. Each one, 2 hours earlier, hour and a half today. This is my passion. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, you guys have a good one. Il Willis, as always, I appreciate you. Thank you.